Hello and welcome to MindLab. Today we are all about Masahiro Kahata. We're going to have an interview with him in a while, but before that I would love to give an introduction to him. So for those of you who never heard of him, Masahiro is an artist and an engineer who wrote the very first neuro-feedback software. His program is called Interactive Brainwave Visual Analyzer, and we will be referring to it as IBVA for short. Officially released in 1983, it is the work that came out from Psychic Lab, the organization that Masahiro founded himself. So throughout his life, he has been working at various tech companies, the likes of Microsoft Japan, American Biotech, Sony America, and he's been using his software to generate art and having exhibitions all over Earth. Moreover, Masahiro is an expert in psychotronics, the study of interactions among matter, energy, and consciousness. He has lived in the States for many years and continued to further his software and his art. I believe one of the most interesting features added to IBVA is the coherence analysis. It basically helps users synchronize the two hemispheres of their brain via a technique that was inspired by transcendental meditation developed by Maharishi Mahesh. After moving to Berlin, he co-founded the company NeuroFox in order to manufacture and distribute open source B.C.I. through a project that's called Brainduino, which I recommend all of you to check out. So, besides being a pioneer in the field of brain-computer interface, I believe that Masahiro's work really reminds us of how important it is to design for harmonization and to give art a special place in whichever technology we happen to be interested in. So make sure to take a look at his websites that are listed down here, and let's just have a conversation with him. I think we're ready. Hello everybody, welcome to this special MindLab meetup. I would say for the past days I've really been researching your work and just reading through everything that you sent me and everything that I could find online concerning your impact on brain-computer interface. And there are some things that are truly fascinating, and I have just a bunch of questions. So first of all, let me see. I started just looking into B.C.I 1 year ago, a bit more, and I noticed that people always say that they are scared of B.C.I. They don't like to think that we can do experiments with brainwaves. Is that something that you also experienced, like when you started?
Some people,
Yeah.
some people never want to try.
Somehow, it seems like when it's the first time that B.C.I concept is introduced to people, they're very scared. They don't want to try. Yeah. But do you think it's getting better with the years?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, more people are interested in, but still some people do not want to try. It's the same.
Yeah. I noticed, for instance, on MindLab website, there was a spike of activity right after Elon Musk introduced Neuralink. And I guess that was maybe the first time for a lot of people to hear about brain-computer interface at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, happened like that way.
Yeah. I had the feeling that is good overall, But I'm also a bit skeptical about invasive brain-computer interface. It feels like it will come, but I understand why people are scared.
Sorry. Can we start again? I just got the video working, and so as we are like, so let's like do this.
Don't worry, I was recording.
Okay, you were recording. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we first introduce? So we are at the Mind Lab, and this is basically an online conference with Masahiro Kahata, and we have Bertilla, that is president of Mind Lab space in Malmo. We are a staple, and we will do basically a short interview with Masahiro. We have the pleasure to have him here, and we are really willing to have a conversation with him about his amazing career on brain-computer interfaces and neuro-feedbacks. Thanks for participating, thanks to join us, and please let's have this lovely chat. Thanks so much.
I think, Matteo, if you want to be in the video, you can sit right by me, because I think it's also interesting to have two people that have been researching on brain-computer interface, maybe on slightly different ways. Because Matteo, my colleague, has been doing a lot of research on not the artistic outputs of brain-computer interface, but rather the research that has been done by military and by corporations around it. So maybe those are the two sides that we know of B.C.I. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what your thoughts are about this.
Yes, I started being curious about B.C.I. since 2013, so I'm an early starter compared to Masahiro, and I was interested in the fact that it boomed since the fMRI was invented. The neuroscience sector was like quite booming, and I saw many of the I would say of the research was driven by military foundings, and yeah, that was where my curiosity spotted. And but then I saw there were many people doing things with it, and Masahiro for sure had a long journey through these fields, starting from the 80s, if I'm not wrong.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so my curiosity is about like what the journey, what the story you have been. Have you let's say, which is your point of view on this sector? What is for you brain-computer interface? And
so maybe I introduce a movie called Brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen yet? No, not yet.
Not yet.
So, yeah, Brainstorm is a 1983. So same year as the Lisa computer started shipped before 1 year before Macintosh. The beginning of the human-computer interface, the year. So the same year start to show a Brainstorm. So the time, everybody was so exciting for the new brain-computer interface, not just only human-computer interface, which meaning like a mouse. To use mouse to operate computer is the beginning of that year for public purpose. Before the time, like a Palo Alto. So Xerox developed a prototype called Alto. The next is Star, the name of the first human-computer interface machine. But that was most of case used for government, so not for the public purpose. So first public purpose computer is a research computer, then Macintosh. So the time, so everybody watching this brainstorm movie because the same timing, and so everybody interested in. But recently, of course, not many people saw this movie, but it's so interesting story for the military operation of the brain interface, and also so people hacker people hacking try to stop the military operation to monitor brainwave. So those stories are mixed up in this movie. So everybody so exciting. So including me, I saw many times. Every 10 times.
I have a feeling we're gonna watch it soon.
Yes, I think like it would be like tonight's movie or maybe tomorrow. Yes, so people got excited, and you as well with after this movie that was about basically a kind of conspiracy theories about militaries like interfering and reading minds of the population.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, so except this movie, most of people no idea for brain-computer interface at that time because not like currently. Currently many, maybe 10 different company making, and also because introduced by the big corporation. So what we can do with brain-computer interface, but at that time was no information. No. So only really brainstorm movie, no
Yeah.
other information.
And
So
you
yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So just my personal interest by myself to made brain computer interface. There's nothing for business operation or nothing for the, some special future idea. Just my personal interest to make brain computer interface. So then after I made, I showed to some people, then more people getting interest this device. So 10 years later, I start to ship device actually. So nobody has no idea how business can go work, but actually succeed in Japanese company. So made in Japan at the beginning. So Japanese company succeeded via other business operation. But for beginning, nobody know how it goes.
So you introduced the concept to everybody, or you made it real for a lot of people.
Yeah, but already existing, not just only me, of course, but my way to introduce from more people side, not from government side, because the government already, the ministry already doing, of course, this kind of things.
Cool. Hey, I was about to ask before, do you also feel like just mentioning brain-computer interface gets people to try to get away, but when you show something that works, like a prototype, then it's more approachable for people?
Yeah,
so
that's right.
They want to play with it way more.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So before the time, people had no idea, just still brain information of my still mind. Like a beginning of a photograph. So people think over 100 years ago or something, people think take photo is like a still mind. Don't like.
Or like the cinema, right?
So a little bit similar situation. But still, really, some people do not want to try.
Yes, of course. And from so then you got after this initial stage, then you also, of course, like you made you designed your own brain-computer interface hardware, and then you also designed some software to analyze and do neuro-feedbacks. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can you talk about that stage as well?
Yeah. So the time, officially existing brainwave monitor machine use paper, long paper, to use a pen to drawing brainwave on the paper. So this is a brainwave system used by hospital. So no device existing to show brainwave on computer display. Not existing device. So I decided to show brainwave on the computer screen. The more easy to see, not drawing by pen on the paper. And so my focus is try to see visualization. So how we can see more easy, how brainwave going to change, and also like me, scientist needs to process many times. So I design visualization, but I'm not getting boring. You just keep continue very classic way to visualize, very simple way. Then not so interesting feeling. So I do not want to use this machine. So I design my visualization. People, myself, can use keep continue with fun. So that is my design focus for the application side.
Yeah, it's important that people get fun with it, and don't. I mean, it's quite an inspiration for everybody. Like to see what's going on in his own brain, on her brain, and of course, if the visualization allow you to have some fun, then people get even more involved. And which was which escamotage, which trick, what have you done to make it funny?
It's not so complex, just divided by the different frequency spectrum. Then the way to put together and visualize. So, because a long time ago, so I need to make by no library, nothing library. Yet I need to write everything. I need to write everything. So,
impressive.
But just FFT, Fourier transfer to make the spectrum array from raw data. Then just put together. But how to put together, visualize is I tried to make interesting way.
Yes.
And you succeeded.
I saw.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Speaking of the frequencies, you mentioned once that you would like to see the higher frequencies and not only stop at 100 hertz like most of the other devices do. Why do you think that is important, and what can you see from the higher frequency spectrum that you cannot see from the other devices?
Yeah, probably like 15 years ago, I found in some people's some research document. And these people are interested in to see a brainwave when we communicate to some high entity, some spirit or something. So interesting document, and so I redesigned my machine who can show more high frequency. But so something happened so different with some process of the some kind of special process, I guess. I'm so interested in. Since the beginning, I decided to make brain computer interface is because I have my personal experience to communicate something, some beings. I just wonder my brain wave how going to change, but it's never succeeded yet because it's not easy process. But I always update the machine, so just recently, pretty nice. But it used to be always it's already shipped out products, but always try to improve, try update more easy way to use and more easy way to visualize. So recent machines are pretty nice than before. Yeah, hopefully succeed sometime. But some event, like a Panama event or something, many people tried them. But sometimes they really can see so different brainwave than any other people. So maybe only 2% or something. Very high frequency brainwave activity happen, like 150 hertz or 200 hertz. Very high frequency peak happened. No, usually people don't happen like that. So this person later explaining to me the some communication, some interest, so he was so exciting actually to asking me many times to the process his brain
That's
changes.
really interesting.
Yeah, those things are really interesting. But
I would do more of these experiments in the future.
Yeah, need to continue experience.
But so your device is already able to pick up frequencies that are above 100 hertz already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's redesigned 15 years ago.
Aha.
But it used to be not like currently, so no, not easy to use. But this new device, just recently, this new device is both easy to use and also high frequency can see, so can do both.
And what about the other devices that are on the market? I'm thinking about open.
I don't know. I don't know actually any device can like any commercial device can see high frequency. I don't know any device.
I think the open B.C.I ganglion can see higher frequency spectrum, but it doesn't really focus on that because most people try to limit or say that the human brainwave spectrum goes like from 0.5 to 100 and that's it. So they don't really look. So maybe we can detect it, but nobody's really looking at those frequencies.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So many scientists don't believe
it's happening there. So I think that's really important to ask critical questions, especially when it's such new technologies. We need to not keep following the guidelines that have been set not so many years ago, but also to try and find out if maybe we've been looking in the wrong side. And there is something over here that's also very interesting. Yeah, totally. There's more to explore. And that's going to be fun as well. Cool.
And I'm curious, have you any findings in these high frequencies? Like, have you found that people have those, or like that there is like high frequencies activity in our brain, and what it means?
My feeling is especially people try to use some kind of drug first time. Because keep continuous, then brain function going to different. But for beginning, the first time use, many neuron transmission first experience also. So they so many changes happened.
So
keep continue doing, then not many.
Cool. So it doesn't work if it's not the first time, or it's not so evident.
I think so, yeah. But of course, not just on using a drug case. So people can communicate with some beings, some alien or another type of beings. So those processes also so different, because they use different technology, so different way to affect brain.
Of course. And I guess there are certain places on Earth that are more suitable as a setting for these experiments. And I know that you've been traveling around in these places to see if there was differences in the experiments.
Yeah.
Where do you think was the most interesting results?
So that cannot say in short time experience. Nearly need to keep continuing investigate. But, like I bring to like Machu Picchu or Makahawashi, so special location, so high energy spot location. So it's really feeling like so different, and also you can see brainwave effect to change different way. But it was using a prototype before actually ship 30 years ago. So cannot see like a currently machine. So I need to try again at a different location, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of my dream is experience at a different place. So like inside of crop circle in UK, crop circle. So,
yeah, I saw the picture.
So, yeah, just feeling different. So not sure how energy actually affect, but anyway, nice feeling makes more easy to become alpha state, more easy to meditate. But one time we invite some special meditation person to the our experience place in crop circle inside. So then black helicopter, black color helicopter suddenly happened to flying over our experience place. So it's so noisy because helicopter not UFO, so noisy. So we are not easy to do the nice meditation. It's always some people coming to take photo. The shutter sound is so so noisy. So nearly to look like a simple experience, but actually not easy to do a nice experience. So the only way you just need to keep continuing doing.
Yes.
Of course.
What unfortunate that there was an helicopter on the site and
Black helicopter.
Maybe it's a coincidence. Never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many coincidences.
Yeah. Yeah, coincidences seems like are a good driver for the future. I mean, if you follow coincidence, then it seems that the future comes easier. Or let's say that the world that you want to investigate talks a lot and reveal itself a lot through coincidence. Do you think this is an experience you have as well? What are for you coincidences?
Yeah, like a timeline. Now our concept is really or not correct, I guess. so many things we are usually thinking about timeline. So from to see from hyperspace, our distance or what happened is a different way can see. So coincidence meaning maybe all pre-created.
Agree. The organization behind Mind Lab is actually called Quantum Thinkers because Quantum Thinkers.
Okay.
Because I think we wanted to have this less linear concept in our identity as well, and totally agree. There's great power in following coincidences and intuition, and once I guess one becomes a more aware person, or let's say a more aware dreamer, then we can consciously plant the seeds for those coincidences to happen and help ourselves navigate realities. But I had one more question. Then actually I don't have any more, so it's the last one. And my question was about the coherence analysis.
Yeah.
So that's a part, that's a feature that you added to IBVA, so the interactive brainwave visual analyzer.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so in 1992 or 1993, so I live in Manhattan, New York. So somebody, without any appointment, without any call, just some people visiting to me. So this person worked for Maharishi, do you know Maharishi Yogi? Maharishi International, Maharishi School. So they are like Maharishi Yogi was a like hippie age meditation, hippie age, and like end of 1960 or beginning of 1970. So like a Beatles or many musicians introduced meditation technique through Maharishi Yogi. So he moved to Amsterdam later, but anyway, so he organized international university in America. So those people, their school curriculum, or the way to teach or education are based on the meditation technique or something. And so they did research since 1970s, 1972 or something, using brainwave to do meditation process. So then what they found is left right brainwave synchronization and coherence increase. So so these people to funding for people doing meditate increase coherence, left brain, right brain synchronized since 1970s. But at the time, no microcomputer yet, no need to use very big computer device, and only one page drawing, one page calculation. They explaining the time took 1 week to calculate. No, there's no way to show in real time. So after after meditation, it took 1 week to.
For me to imagine.
just black and white and just draw only one page information. So that is that time the technology, but anyway, they found this coherence increase signature. So they're asking me to incorporate, because they like my IBVA visualization and application. So they're asking me to put their function to my application. So that is starting how start coherence function to my application.
But what is coherence? Sorry for the stupid question.
Yeah, so just after we divided brainwave frequency into different frequencies, like a 10 hertz, 12 hertz, 20 hertz, you can see the from left brain and right brain, different sine wave. So we can calculate phase synchronization, how much phase difference in between left and right.
Hemisphere.
So in case the same, the waveform will come here, then signal will come here. So crossing 0 point. So this is we can calculate time point, same or different. So just the information.
That's really interesting. It reminds me that there is a startup here in Malmo that is trying to basically help cure depression by balancing the electrical impulses in the two hemispheres. And I'm thinking if, let's say, if your software becomes popular and people start training on themselves on how to balance the two hemispheres, maybe this can be even better than a cure for depression. It can be preventive. So it can be a way for always be safeguarded against depression. So I think it's there's totally great things that can be done through neurofeedback. And we do surely have a great deal to learn about our own brain and our own minds.
So for me, really, many coherence happen at the time. Feeling like so nice. So can see the really difference. So in case not many coherence state or many coherence state. Like people can do nice management, any project or some special art projects, whatever. Those people are also so nice to make coherence nice way. It's interesting information.
That's nice. There's a lot of inspiration right there.
I think yes, we might. I mean, we went through a couple of topics here, from how you begin to be like to be interested in brain-computer interfaces and neurofeedback, and which was like what's the reasons that you started then writing software for it, and then the research that you have done in high frequencies brain activity. And then also we talk about coincidences and yeah, I would be interested to keep on going in research on this field. I hope that we will do things together, and we will go deep in this topic, maybe with more opportunities to come, and we hope for many coincidences to happen for us, like to cross our pathway and to really work together on this. Let's hope for with the new year that many things should happen for us, like to gather and to converge into this research together. I hope so, and maybe we can. Yeah, at the moment, I think I'm really pleased and thankful to Masahiro to have joined us tonight. And yeah, with the promise that we will do more things together. I think we can close this, I mean, for the public, we can close this conference at this point. And yeah. Thanks again. Yeah. We won't close this now, but it's just like to give a cut to the video, and then so we can edit this in a good way.
So we all pretend to say hi. Bye.
We all pretend to say hi. But no, apart the jokes, like thanks so much, and I hope like we can do
existence, whatever. It's many things getting changed. So my understanding is since 2010 is so some people or some star people decide to the so this planet people also can be joined to the another star people. So many new technology are going to open. So many things are going to happen.
Yes.
So especially like this year. So EEG technology is not just very classic technology, but might be going to open to another technology also. So, but these are not sure yet. But so it's already some people talking, different.
Yes, like for example, I have in mind ultrasounds. Like there another technology that is about to be open to the public is ultrasounds technology. So it will be possible to read in depth brain activity thanks to ultrasounds resonance. And that's also possible. And with that, it's also possible to stimulate the brain. So maybe that would be like.
My friend working in San Francisco. My friend making the vaccine.
Yes.
So, yeah. So many different things. Really depends on what kind of technology you can use. Because I'm always working edge of technology. It depends on computer speed. Depends on the interface speed. What I can make is always limit. So I always waiting for the more interesting technology open also. So just in the EEG technology is very classic, not new technology, but still it's not easy technology to make. So that's interesting to experience with technology.
Great to know, and I think that's part of the goal, to make people more aware about brain-computer interface and about what can come after it, through it, just so everybody is aware of what's going on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Cool. So meanwhile, we gather some audience. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I think we're still recording.
Yes. Okay.
What do you say? We build up other questions for the next meeting, if you're okay with this.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it will happen after the CCC, after the Chaos Computer Club things. And so with the new year, I will try to get better organized for this, like to be like let's say a constant, continuous workshop or seminar. And then let's see where this will bring us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool.
And so, yeah, so with the new year, I hope like we will do this with in a more proficient way, with more. There was a neuroscientist from in Florida that is doing like high-level neuroscience. He was really interested in this conference, but then he couldn't join. Probably, and that's my fault. I messed up with the links. But I think like this could grow, and I see this could be really interesting for many people. And so let's, this is what I will engage myself for the future to make this bigger and grow bigger. And so hopefully there will be like panels also in which one like more than one person, when you with other people could exchange like a point of view, and maybe like there will be other people having different questions and other questions for you and things like that. So this is how I will try to move it forward. Okay. And then at some point, I hope like we will receive some fundings, and then we will like spend those money to travel, to make you visit us, and do things together with some money. That will be even more interesting. So we will having resources, then we can do like more impacting stuff, let's say.
So this space currently you are in is every day open or only for Monday open?
It's open every day. We have the meetings on Monday, and usually I mainly work from here.
Yeah.
Then so you are every day here? You are Mind Lab all every day? You're coming to Mind Lab every day, are you?
Yes.
She does.
You've been working from home or from
I work,
office?
Yes, I work on the Mind Lab from office or from home and blah blah. Maybe with the new year we need to move the meetup on Tuesday, because I have things on Monday. But yeah, that's another thing. But the idea is that we increase the let's say the time that we spend here. So with some money that we are trying to apply for some funds, and if we got successful, and so if we get some money, then we can do more things. And so the time that we spend with this will be more than just few hours a week or on Mondays. The project should should go for more time, if you know what I mean. Like
yeah, I like to visit sometime. Yeah, to see your place.
Yes, hopefully this will be. We might start a full-time company. This is what I aim for and what we aim for. But let's see. I mean, things have to happen, and it's up to us to make them happen. And so, with the help of coincidences as well, and many other things, I hope this will increase and grow. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much for participating, and see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you soon.
Yeah.